Hi there, I hope you're all doing well. This week I pulled the Vampire Lady from One Page Rules out of my to-do pile. She has been black and white zenithally primed, and I get started with Smoke Black for her half cape and leggings. Since I had this colour out as well, I also base coated the rim early instead of waiting until the end. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. Next up, I grabbed the lead grey and started bringing up all of the black, just leaving that darker colour in the deeper shadows and the recesses. Finishing off the fabric, I go over all of the upper parts of the folds with Dungeon Stone Grey. Now onto the main colour for this mini with Dread Red to start off with. This goes over all of the armour and remaining clothing. I do get the bottom of the cape as well with this one, but don't get that part on camera. Starting to bring up the red and add some definition to the different panels, I grabbed Berserker Red. Just went over all of these parts, leaving that darker colour towards the recesses. Bringing up the tops of the red parts now, I add a highlight with Asmodeus Red. This is still a dark red, but I want this mini to stay pretty dark, so this works perfect for a highlight still. To get those leather straps base coated that she has around her, I grabbed burnt umber. Pushing the edges of these straps up, I grab Noble Steed Brown. This has a bit of a red tint to it and just sort of helps blend those colours together with the armour. Getting started on the skin, I added a base coat of Amulet Purple. Adding the mid-tone to the skin now, I used Pastel Violet. This keeps that purple tint to it but pushes it more towards the pale skin colour that I want. Finishing off the skin, I added a highlight with Ivory Tusk, just on the tops of all the features. To get her hair started, I added a base coat of pale grey. Pushing the hair to the white that I want, I used Trooper White and just brought up all of these sculpted strands, also dotted in her eyes at this point. Getting started on the base, I did a once over with Scorched Earth. Since this is a nice dark colour, I also dotted in her eyes. For the skull on the base, I gave it a once over with Skeleton Legion. Adding some variation to the base, I grabbed Wyvern Green and just spattered it on in random places. This adds that variation and also contrasts with the red armour. The skull now gets a little bit more love with a highlight of Bonewhite. Getting started on the metal parts now, I start off with rusty gold over some of the more decorative metal parts. For the remaining metal parts, I went with gunmetal over all of these. Adding a bit of a highlight to these silver parts, I went over them with shining silver, just on some of the edges and the bits that will get hit the most. Finishing up the mini, I used a very thin down wash of dark tone wash. This isn't really enough to stain anything, but it's enough to flow into the recesses. And that will be it for the Vampire Lady. This is pretty much an easy scheme to replicate, which is always nice. I'm not sure if I prefer this over my blue scheme though, but it's always good to have options since I haven't printed the army yet, and when I do, I'm going to need a colour scheme. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. As always, if you want to get a closer look at this mini, check out my Instagram page. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.